Hello, everybody. This is Jennifer Jennings, your intuitive astrologer here in Tennessee Ridge, Tennessee. I have moved, and today, being the new year, I just felt like, we really need to have some conversations that I'm not really able to have when I'm reading people's charts. And today just seems like one of those days where we're coming into a new year, we're leaving the 2020 bullshit behind, but are we really? We're not really leaving the 2020 bullshit behind. It's carrying over with us into this new year. And as we go into 2021, there are going to be challenges with our technology, with the future, with the collective, with the communities, with our jobs, with the government. And what is hidden? What is hidden with the health? The health aspect is, as we leave the Piscean age, the Piscean age is in opposition with Virgo. And so there's a transition that we are going through. That opposition of Virgo is in opposition with the Piscean link to the spiritual world. And so as we have been cut off from the spiritual world the last 2,000 years, we are now going to be able to get closer and connected to the energy, the electromagnetism, and the sun is going to be in the opposition. So Leo is in the opposition of Aquarius. That means that as we transition into this new age, the health is not going to be in the opposition, it will be the sun. That means that right now, the sun is in opposition of our future, of the technology, of our cellular quantum magnetic field, and the Earth's magnetic field, the human being, its magnetic field. All of life, the magnetic field is going to be in an opposing, forceful energy of the sun. That means that these cosmic rays, the solar wind, the solar flares will pick up. And because the sun has been in a lull for the past 200 years, there is a sickness that it brings to the collective. It's a sickness that it brings to the earth. And there are geological changes that take place. And this has been recorded for thousands of years. And we know, see, we're leaving the belief house of the 12th house, which is Pisces, it's Neptune. And this belief is it's transitioning to a I know. This I know house is about Aquarius. And this electromagnetism, the communities, the groups, the small little groups are going to be transcending the Piscean age, and they're going to know. There's this gnosis that comes with the Aquarian age, where we're not dumbed down and we're not blinded with these rose-colored glasses. We're not blinded by the health and by religion, and we're going to have this gnosis, right? And this gnosis is coming, and that's the reason why there are so many people that are talking about the network, the cellular network, and how the cellular network is sensitive. Their body is sensitive to this network. Not only is their body sensitive to this network, it's also sensitive to the incoming particles, the subparticles, the quantum particles that are coming into the atmosphere, the neutrinos. We have an active atmosphere that we cannot see, but we can sense because our blood will get clotted. Our blood is not going to flow correctly with the energy that is incoming. And it's very important that we look back on our times past and the great thinkers of our times past and really understand what it was they were trying to convey, what it is that they were conveying to us, to this age to come. Because they could see into the future, just like we can see into the future. our nodes right now, and they have been and they will be for the next couple of months, they will be our nodes of the lunar nodes are blinded with Neptune right now. So Neptune is squaring these nodes. That means that we're not able to truly see what's being hidden. And we cannot, unless we use our intuition, we're not going to. And so it's very important that we understand that the intuition is the forgotten sense. It's the better sense, the most important sense that we have. And it tells a story. Neptune is always telling a story about what is hidden. And so is the Scorpio energy of what is hidden. And as we have moved from the Scorpio season into the Capricorn season, this is a time of responsibility and using our time wisely, meaning we really need to mature and learn that over the next year in 2021, this next year is going to be very challenging with our government, with our freedom. And the Aquarian age is in opposition of Leo. The Piscean is in opposition of Virgo. So they're trying to hold on to the wealth and the power over our health. That wealth and health, they have really prospered. And so now that the sun is really causing havoc on our health, they call it a virus. And these viruses, these mutations that happen are happening because of the cosmic rays that are beaming into our atmosphere. And the satellites that they have all around the globe are not helping matters. And the magnetic field of the earth, the magnetic field of the human being, this electromagnetism is what Uranus is all about. Uranus brings shakes to the magnetic field. And that is what we are seeing. And that's what we are going to continue to see. And that's the reason why the ancients were the philosophers, they were the physicians, they were astrologers, they were astronomers, they were scientists, all in one. And they knew what was coming. They knew they could see into the future. And that's basically what I'm telling you, is that we can see, we know what's coming. And what is coming is an opposition with the sun. It's here. We are, the particles that we breathe in, if we are not on an integrity, and even if we are, you know, no one dies, no one gets sick unless the energy is already there for them to. We have soul contracts, soul groups. There's never any death. There's no time. Time is an illusion. All of time happens now. It's all existing right now. And when we stop believing in death, when we stop believing in sickness, death and sickness will no longer be a part of our reality. We are always creating our reality. And we can tell with the astronomy, with the astrology, with the sickness, with the science, that the sun is totally responsible for our ill health. And we are very connected to the sun and to the electromagnetism of the earth. And we are not the only ones. I'm not the only one that knows this. Like, there's a percentage of leaders that know everything. Everything that I'm saying, they know. They know what's going on. And this is just a matter of families, generation after generation, of coming in, trying to hold on to the collective and to persuade with a Neptunian energy that clouds people and clouds the awareness. And so it's very important that we use our intuition. Guys, 2021 is not going to be better. We're going to look back on 2020 and go, gosh, 2020 was pretty good compared to 2021. And as we move into 2022, it's going to get worse. The financial markets are not going to be the same. The way that we deal with transactions are not going to be the same. And we can rise up as a collective and do what's right by the collective for freedom. Because Uranus, the Aquarian age, is about freedom. It's about the sustainability of our freedom, the sustainability of our future, and it being in opposition with creativity, with sun, with, you know, our vital life force is the heart, and the sun is the heart of our cosmos. It is the Christ consciousness. It is the liberator. With Uranus, it can be a beautiful era. It can be a beautiful epic. It can be a beautiful creation for our future. But as long as we are in Egypt, as long as we remain in Egypt, we remain slaves to slavery and to false, the indoctrinations are false. And that's what the propaganda, the media, electromagnetism is how we come into the earth. It's how we come to this sphere of influence. And this is a very dense influence on earth. And we learn a lot here when we come into this projection and a feeling, but we do not reside completely in this realm. We are only influencing with our energies. And every event, every single choice that you have made has energy to it. It has energy that goes into it. And we can read it in astrology. We can read what's going on, and we know what's going on. And the stars don't lie, but people do. And the integrity of the stars, you know, where we're moving into the solar system, it's where stars are born, and we are those stars. We are those stars that can be born again and create the reality that is futuristic. It's original, it's innovative, it's electromagnetism. And we are going to learn a lot about the unseen, the subatomic particles, the ether. We're going to have to learn how to be self-sustaining into the future with our communities, with our neighbors. You know, what happens with a flood, a tornado, an earthquake, a magnetic pole shift, a solar flare. There's a solar flare that will come, and it will ignite our atmosphere. We are going to learn what it's like to be connected to the sun, to the cosmos, and we're going to learn what our role here on Earth really is. We are coming into not a scary time. We are coming into an exciting time. Uranus brings shock and excitement. It just depends on how you look at it, how you look at the certain events, and how you are uniting with the darkness. Because when it really comes down to it, the only darkness is the darkness that we are not uniting with. Anyway, I'm going to be doing more videos. Looks like my computer's trying to shut down. So I'm going to do more videos when we have certain transits and certain things to be aware of. I'm definitely going to come on and give you a little heads up. Just don't fear, you know, just don't have fears, and just know that you're in a play and you came to fulfill a certain role, and you are playing the role perfectly, no matter how it looks to you, how it looks to other people. You are playing your part in the balance, because the universe is always going to have that balance. And with a dual world, with a dual mindset, the only way that we are going to transcend the duality is to unite with the darkness, to unite with the light, and just make it all one, and just not think about death and fear. Those two attributes do not serve the personal will, nor does it serve the collective will. And as we transition from the opposition of our health, and in Virgo, we're going to transition and the sun is going to show itself, and we're going to learn a lot more about our health, the sun, and the electromagnetism of the earth, of the human being. And we are probably going to end up having to, the earth is just going to change, just like you're going to change. We're all going to change. And it needs to change. There's a dire need for great changes. And everything is always changing and transforming. And that's what we do. We transform our energies. So happy transforming into 2021, guys. Until next time, peace.